Other things to think about. What capital resources do you have access to? Do you have the money that you need to start your business? If not, can you get it? You know, there's no point, if any of you say have a house, there's no point putting your home up for security if you're not confident your business idea is going to work, because not only could you risk losing your livelihood, but you could risk losing your security and the roof over your head as well. So you need to make sure you've got enough money, funding, grants, loans. For people like yourselves, Prince's Trust is a good one. They offer very low interest loans to people under the age of 30, and they have a mentor scheme as well, so you will have regular contact with somebody who will help you along the way. And that's usually quite a sort of senior business person in the community. I know that one of the business mentors back in Scarborough is the owner of like two of the biggest hotels in Scarborough. He's a very, very busy man, but he always makes time to see his mentees. So, capital resources. Do you have or could you acquire the necessary skills and experience? If you don't have the skills and experience, then you can go on courses, learn them. And also, something that you need to think about as well is skills can actually be bought in. It's unlikely that you're going to be a fully chartered accountant, so you can do all your tax returns and everything yourself. Most businesses, as a rule, do need to employ the services of an accountant, and that's just one example of where skills can be bought. And also, as I mentioned before, the practical input of other people. Have you got people who can use as a sounding board? People who are going to be there for you on a social basis as well. So when you kind of need that little bit of release, you need to step away from the business. The practical input of other people for me when I set up the bar, was, at the time I was 19, 20, and if I was short-staffed, I'd just ring one of my friends up, literally, and just say, "What are you doing tonight?" Like, "Nothing, why?" "Well, so-and-so's let me down, can you come in at 7 and help us out for a few hours?" And it was so nice having my friends around me that I could rely on. Obviously, a bar doesn't require the sort of specialist skills that a lot of businesses do, and I could do that. If you're looking at setting up, say, a management consultancy business or a research business, I'm not quite sure. You couldn't ring just anybody and ask them to help you with that. But in most cases, there are people who can put input in. Other things to think about. 24/7, would your customers expect round-the-clock service? And if they would, don't be surprised when they ask for it. If that particularly relates to the likes of plumbers, burst pipe in the middle of the night, they've got to turn out for it, or a mechanic might get a breakdown in the early hours of the morning on a cold, snowy January morning. If you want to retain them customers, then you've got to be there for your customers when they require you. 24/7, would they expect round-the-clock service? Do you need commercial premises? Do you need a shop? Do you need to rent an office? Can you work from home in the first instance? Are you going to be out on the road? You need to think where your business is going to be based. And I know that now it's quite a sort of modern trend that quite a lot of business centres have virtual tenancies. So you can have all the benefits of an address at a very reputable business centre. Literally your post just goes there and then they forward it on to you. Some of them you can have their phone number too. So if they were to ring you up, they'd go through to the reception of wherever enterprise centre. So there's ways around things, and I think for that kind of service, I'd be wrong to quote for this area, but I know there's somewhere where I'm from that do it for about 15 quid a month to take your post in. Quite a nominal fee really, I'm sure students must spend that on beer in a, I don't know, anyone care to answer that? In an hour? Good one. Aggravation factor. Right, no business is stress-free. You're always going to have a bit of hassle there, whether it's your paperwork, whether your clients are paying up, whether you're getting your money in. Is the aggravation factor, is that something you could consider? Do you think you'd be strong enough to handle that? Do you think, I'm sure you all will be able to, you're all degree students at a very good university, and you're probably very used to people chucking deadlines at you. I want 3,000 words on this for this date, I want 2.5 on that. And it's a similar kind of aggravation. I know in my scenario, I had answering the phone 1 minute, it'd be a staff phone, and then a member of staff phoning in sick, and I'd turn to my left, there'd be an invoice, and it's difficult to juggle at times, but I can assure you it's worth it in the end. And how much time do you have to devote to your business as well? Is this something that you're going to do part-time in the first instance? Are you planning on setting your own business up alongside your job? Because if your business takes off, then that's when you've got a bit of a problem, because you're going to be working full-time in one place and you've got trying to run a business. So you just need to make sure that you've got all these angles covered and you know what you're going into.